Yeah, man. To to my understanding, power power of attorney to me represents slavery. That's the title of the video. To my understanding, the the power of attorney to me represents slavery. It does. You know how you be on the phone, especially with so-called white people. They the main people because they know they control the world. They know that. Another thing I want to talk about, our black comedians, so-called African American black comedians, some of them be cooning. They had one of them got on there and he didn't sugarcoat nothing. Now Paul Mooney is one of the main ones too. He ain't sugarcoated shit. He never did. When it comes to telling the so-called white men, the white folks who they are, he didn't hold nothing back. He didn't hold nothing back. And I'm here to tell anybody, people that hang around me, if anybody hang around me, and if you dealing with so-called white people, whether it's a white woman, child, whatever, then you're gonna see a difference in the change in my or whatever. It ain't gonna be against my people. It's gonna be against the decision that you made, and I'm not gonna do well with that hanging around. None of them. Just like, for example, I give you an example. Like, my friends, they came to visit us. They took me to this place called Burger King. If that would have been some so-called white people, white teenagers or whatever you want to call it, I just told them straight up. I don't hang around. I don't go. I don't. It's there's. That's not me. I don't hang around people that's not of my own kind. I just don't. And you would have saw my friends would have saw a difference in me. Whoever they want to hang out with, that's fine. But me, myself, I'm not gonna be sitting up sugarcoating nothing and trying to defend for so-called white people because you're my friend. Oh yeah, I love you as my people, but dealing with, well, I just got a white friend. I got a white friend. My home girl, like I'm just saying, you know how girls are. Well, that's my little white friend. I don't give a damn. You can have them out there, but they would not come into in my space. No. Mm-mm. Cause I will get on you. Oh yeah. I came from a place like the people on my father's side. Maybe that's where I get it from. They didn't play. People call them crazy. They call themselves, they deem themselves like as so-called Creole or something, or whatever you call that shit. You know, uh, you know what I'm saying? And French, what they call it, French Creole or something like that, or Creole. I remember one time I was going by one of my auntie house, and they drank coffee, right? And at that time, I didn't know nothing about drinking coffee at all. This was before I had went to Georgia. I was in my 20s then, You know what I'm saying? I'm 59. So I remember she made a statement. She deceased, and I think she deceased in 2012. I think that's when she deceased. Before then, it was like in 2003, something like that, 2001 or 2 or 3. And I said, no. She said, you want some coffee? Because that's how they were. They always offered food. They was big into that family tradition, that so-called Christmas things and stuff like that. On my father's side, on my mother's side. So that the celebrating those things was very strong in my family. On both sides of my family, my father and mother's side. So this particular day, I said, no, I don't want no coffee. I'm like, man, I want that nasty shit. Like, what the hell? Like, nah. I looked at it like drinking liquor or something. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't know. Why? I don't know. I don't like. You ain't no Creole. She would like kind of like make it say it and be sarcastic. You ain't no Creole. That's what she'll say. And I just kind of like laugh about it, kind of like smile it off or laugh it off or something like that. Said, you ain't no Creole, too much, you don't want no coffee and all. You know how it is. You know how you go to the older people houses and stuff like that when you was young, and then, a little younger, then they offer you certain things and stuff. And you be like, nah, I don't like, yeah, not like me, especially. It's been a strong word for me. If I don't like something, I just say, how it tastes or something like that. I said, I just say, I don't, you know what? I don't even like mayonnaise. I don't like, which I don't. Mayonnaise is one I don't like. Now, I ate it when I was coming up, but as I gotten older, I'm like, I put it in certain things. I done cooked with it. I done made potato salads with it. I done did all this stuff with it. But other than that, but anyway, the power of attorney to me represents slavery. It does. If you go and you look in Leviticus, let's take time and read it. Hold on just a second. Let me get my Bible up out of here. Let's go to Leviticus 26 and 17. That's where it's quoted at. Leviticus 26 and 17 in the Bible. That's a Rockstar energy drink that I have. Let me know if y'all drink that in the comment section. Oh, yeah, if y'all heard of that. Leviticus 26 and 17. The Bible says, let me see if it'll show up good on there. It'll show up. All right. It says, Leviticus 26:17, I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you. They'll be a slave over you. That's what reign over you means. They control you. That's the definition of it. He said, they that hate you. Why do you think Sonia Mass got killed? God, who God is talking to here? Let's read in verse 26 and verse 1. Let's say, ye shall make you no idols, nor graven images, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up an image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit, and your threshing shall reach unto the bench, and the bench shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. Okay, your land. Now, all right, let's skip and let's go to verse 12. And I will walk amongst you and will be your God, not everybody's God, and ye shall be my people. My people. Who is he talking to? Let's go in the New Testament and get that scripture where and give you an illustration of who his people are. And you rule my Matthew's. Matthew's chapter 2 and 6. And thou, Bethlehem, to my Christ, in the land of Judah, art not the least amongst the princes of Judah, talking about the blacks and the brown people. And out of these shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. My people is Israel. So the same people that Moses is talking about, and Matthew, Levi is talking about, my people, they both refers to Moses and Levi referring to the people of Israel. Moses, which is a Levite, matter of fact, my bad, the Levi, he's saying this is the same man that wrote Moses was a Levite. You see what I'm saying? So his family tree wrote Matthew, because you remember they said Levi Matthew in the Bible, right? So let's look at it right here. I am the Lord your God, which verse 12, and I will walk amongst you and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. My people. He said, ye will be my people. Then later on in Matthew, he says, there will come a governor. Verse 6, and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least amongst the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men in inquiring of them diligently what time the star appeared. The star is talking about Christ was getting ready to be born in Bethlehem, but he was raised up in Nazareth, right? So my point is, he said there will come a governor out of these that shall rule my people Israel. So my people is Israel. Then Deuteronomy 7 and 6. What did it say? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's go there. And I ain't getting off the topic about that power of attorney to me represents slavery. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So you clearly, when you hear the word my people, I don't care where you read that. Even when you go to Revelation, where it says, here is the patience of the saints, here are they that keep the commandments of God. The patience of the saints is the same one. The saints is my people, the Israelites. You know? Yeah. So to me, Israel disobeyed God in you know what I mean? And God was letting them know that one of the punishment that you was going to get was this. He said, you're going to be, he was letting them know one of the punishments that they was going to get was this. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. And they that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursues you. Now, he clearly told them, they that hate you will reign over you. He's telling them that's one of the curses that the Israelites will experience. So, and I will set my face against you, and then ye shall be slain before your enemies. And they that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursues you. And he said, and if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. And I will break the pride of your power. He said he would break the pride, man. So he's really addressing, letting them know if you don't do this and you don't do that, you're going to get the punishments or whatever. Now, the enemy. Let's look at the enemy. That's a very interesting one. Let's look at who the enemy is. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and verse, let's see where we at. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Let's read that. Matter of fact, let's read Deuteronomy 28 and 64 first. That's another curse. He said you will be slain. What does it mean to be slain? Slain means to be killed. It's going to be killing. Slain. All right. What is the modern day slain? And the modern day slain, how our people been getting. Look at Sonia Mass. Slain before an enemy. You know what I mean? And then people walking around here talking about God don't see color. Oh, I don't see color. I don't see color. Well, by that goddamn logic, why in the hell was Sonia Mass killed? Oh, we don't see color, so we're not going to do this here. Just some of the dumbest things ever. And clearly, when they pull you over, the first thing they say, oh, this is a black male. We got a black. That happened to me one time. I was in Georgia. They make sure they put you in that category. When the last time you ever, oh, I don't see color? Well, go out there and on the streets and drive a car with no driver's license and say that dumb shit out there and to them. And see, you're going to find out real quick, do they see color? Because last I checked, our people been getting killed in the streets for centuries, decades and decades. You go out there, you'll find out Deuteronomy 28 and 64. This is the second curse that will come upon our people. And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people. And from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. One of those serving other gods, thou shalt serve other gods. Okay, other gods is talking about Christianity. It's talking about the so-called Zeus, the god of the Greeks, the gods of the Romans. All of them got a different god, right? So if they saying that the Bible is not real and it's not true, why is it that each one of those different nations of people have a different, each one of them is saying something totally different from you got the Bible? Because you have to remember, they tried to burn the Bible. Then you got the Greeks, they got their own God. Then you got the Egyptians' customs. Then you got the Chinese customs. They all have a different God. Chinese people have a God that looks like them. We are the only people on the planet that does not have a God that looks like us. You see what I'm saying? The only ones that don't have a God that looks like us. Because naturally, when everybody look at that white image of this so-called God or whatever. That's Martin Luther King right there. That's the real Christ there. That's what I like showing up. That's the real deal right there. Even though he was brainwashed to an extent and he sold our people out, trying to say we want to invite every little boys and girls is white and black and all that time. That's what I think. That's what they come. Black and white. They are precious in thy sight. When you actually read in the Bible, you don't read that type of stuff. You actually read something different from what Christianity tells you. Our people have been brainwashed with Jewish Christianity. Jewish has nothing to do with the Bible. Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible. But they want to sit up and say, everybody went through slavery and we all are God's children at the end of the day, and all this dumbass shit that people be like, it just doesn't. Why is it really a debate? Slavery happens. It shouldn't even be no debate. You know what I mean? To me, it's a waste of time. He said, and the Lord, verse 6, Deuteronomy 28:64, and we're just going to reiterate the reading. And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. The wood and stone would be Islam, and which would be Christianity. All right. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and verses 68. The Bible says, and the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships. That's in the Bible. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. It didn't say you will be sold to your friends. Because a friend and an enemy is two different types of people. Think about it. If I'm your friend, if I really love and care about you, will I enslave you? Think about that for a moment. If I truly love you, will that person hold you against your will? Will that person force you is to have children against your will? Or you gonna have these children? That's not love. That's slavery. Or I'm gonna force them to have. I'm gonna force them to do this, and I'm gonna force them to do that. That's the definition. Those are the characteristics of the enemy. And then I did tell you, I'm gonna show you who Esau is I said it already. I'm gonna show you who the enemies is, and I'm gonna show you who the enemies are. And ye shall be sold unto your enemies. The Africans sold our people to the white man. It said, ye shall be sold unto your enemy. It didn't say ye shall be sold unto your friends or your best friend. Think about it. You got, how many of y'all got best friends? You consider people that that's a best friend to you. Well, they put you in harm's way. If you have to ask yourself these questions. If you're around a person and they putting you at risk or putting you in harm's way, that's not your friend. Anybody that comes to your house, set you up and tell you to go take a hot boiling water off the stove. And while you're in the process of going to do that, they pull their guns out, weapons out, and just shoot you in your head like just pull out and just the demons shooting you in the head and shoot you so many times until you die. And I'm gonna call you a friend. How's that a friend to me? You Uncle Tom, Brother Bunny Honey D, you work for white supremacy. You was an Uncle Tom. Because guess what? The only power that you have is the power that they allow you to have. At any point in time, they can take you down if they want to. Because number one, like J Love 47 said, they have the money and the power. They can take you down. So how is that love? Make it make sense. I don't judge you by the content of your color, but I judge you by the content of your character. Well, the so-called white men, they got an evil character, and then by their nature is evil. So how you gonna say you don't see animals and insects is ways smarter than us? They don't sit up there and fight each other over who they are and this and that. If you walk up to a wasp nest, right? This is just how the way to act. This is just, I'm giving it to you real simple. Them animals, them bees, them yellow jacket bumblebees and wasps or whatever is not gonna look at it and say, well, I don't look at you as what you are. No, you walk your ass up there, they're gonna light your ass up and sting the shit out of you. They're not gonna sit up there and say, oh, if you don't look like them coming up there to that wasp nest, they're gonna light your ass up. Go try messing with a wasp nest and see what's gonna happen to you as a human being, and see what's gonna happen to you. You sit up there, oh, I don't see color. I'm showing you by example. The Bible deals with nations. Let's show you who your enemy is according to the Bible. Now let me get that part. Amos chapter 1 and 11. They don't see color. Esau will show you what time it is living in his world, saying that. You say it now and be on the road driving. And we got so many evidence out there to prove what that you do have enemies. The words of Amos, who was amongst the herdmen of Tophah, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, talking about the blacks, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joshua, king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake. All right, this was a word. Amos was a minor prophet, like the last prophets of the Old Testament. Let's look at Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus said the Lord. Now, this is a judgment that God said going to come to Edom. For thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, that means breaking the commandments, and for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, talking about Jacob, talking about Esau, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Esau. Now, let's go to Genesis. For 3 transgressions of Edom. Let's break down who Edom is more. Let's talk about the so-called white man, the Caucasian man. All right. I think it's Genesis 28, I believe. I think this might be it right here. Hold on. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou, oh, wait a minute. Genesis 27. Okay, here we go. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob. Jacob would be the progenitor of the black and the brown people. And Esau hated Jacob. Now, this is the same one. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing where his father blessed him, And Esau said in his heart, the days of my father, for the days of mourning, for my mourning means crying, for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Slay means is to kill you. That's what the word, look it up. It means to kill you. Okay? Where the Esau, the elder, okay, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, that means in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. I mean, I will kill my brother. I will kill that Negro. I will kill. That's where it come from. I'm telling y'all. So when you look at Deuteronomy, now think about it. Would your friend slay you? Would your friend kill you? Is that a real friend? No, that proved me out to be an enemy. If you murder your family, if you murder your people, if you say you, that's an enemy, bro. That's not a friend. A friend is not going to take a gun and blow you away like that. That's not a real friend. That's your enemy. That's the definition of an enemy. I don't know what else you would break it down and call it. It ain't nothing good about it. So why would you sit up and have something like that around you? Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Let's read that. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again. Egypt is a synonymous word for, let's read. I said, and the Lord shall bring, I'll show you what it means. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. That means we'll never see our homeland again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. For bondmen, that means a slave man, and a bondwoman, meaning a slave woman, and no man shall buy you. That means no man can be able to save you. No man can redeem you out this captivity. No man can come to your rescue like God can. So those are the characteristics of the enemy. That's talking about Edom, Esau. That's the only person that involved. That's why I got, to my understanding, the power of attorney to me is it represents slavery. That's right. And the characteristics of slavery is one, putting you in bondage, or another one, selling you to your enemy. That's that selling you to the various people that hate you. That's the definite. All those characteristics are not characteristics of a loving and kind, sweet person. Those are characteristics of somebody who wants you wiped out. Think about it. The same white Jesus that you love, that's the same one enslaved you. How could you love a so-called God like that? That's not the God of the Bible. That's the God of the devil. Enslave you. That's why I tell people all the time. I said the power of attorney. I don't want to do nothing like that to make have power over your. They can't even make their own. That's, to me, that's a form of you restricting them of certain things that they can't even do. That's, to me, that's sick. Yeah. That's real sick. That's why I tell now a lot of my family members that I grew up with and I went to the Seventh-day Adventist church with. I guess if they watch this video, is what all the stuff I just said, and they watch it, they probably ain't going to get through the whole video. It's going to probably be disturbing to them. But what I told is the truth. I ain't saying nothing that I don't make up nothing. I ain't made nothing up. Everything that I say, I can get it out the Bible. So I'm going to go ahead on and get up out of here. To my understanding, the power of attorney, the power of attorney to me represents slavery. That's what I say I name it. So I'm up out of here, y'all. Yeah, let me know if y'all want me to, if y'all have any thoughts, put them in the comment section for me. All right, I'm out.